Hey, what's good everybody? It's Lance again and I'm coming at you with another video. My first movie review of 2018, and that is gonna go to Aaron Sorkin's Moll'y Game.
I'll be hosting a game in this suite every Tuesday night. First buy-in, 250,000.
That's gonna make noise.
Let's play.
He spent 8 years in Hollywood and 2 years in New York running the world's most exclusive and decadent man cave.
Moll'y's Game is written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, the acclaimed screenwriter. Won an Oscar for The Social Network back in 2010. Just really famous for like his just fast-paced, strong dialogue, just interesting back and forth banter between characters. It's portrayed in his films, specifically like The Social Network, Moneyball, most recently Moll'y's Game. Moll'y's Game came out originally in 2017, but it came out in Christmas, so I didn't have any time to see it because first of all, I've been stuck indoors with this blizzard in New York City for the last couple weeks, or just week. And I had some time to go out yesterday and I figured I might as well just go see this movie. And I'm glad I did. It was a fine movie. The real life story of Moll'y Bloom, who was this person who was setting up like poker games with like A-list stars, celebrities, big people in the Hollywood industry. Not only that, hedge fund managers, CEOs, people of that nature. Basically like really privileged, really rich people. $10,000 buy-in at first, and then it went all the way to 50K, and then it went all the way to 250K, and then it just went up from there. You had billionaires on the table, you had obviously A-list stars on the table, and some of these stars are like mentioned in the film. Some of them are like hidden so that you don't actually know who they are, but you kind of have a good idea who they are if you know how certain actors are in real life, you know, gambling, poker, and this and that nature. Anyway, Moll'y Bloom, you know, she was a professional skier. During an accident, she wasn't able to ski anymore because her spine was messed up, so she had to just find some way to make ends meet. So she took up a job being an assistant for this like really like jerk of an asshole. He was like working as in Hollywood. He was a businessman. Through her boss, she was able to set up these poker games, and that's how she kind of like raised her influence. And then she made friends with like certain celebrities, and they helped her out, and you know, just created this almost poker empire. And she made a lot of money doing it. She would just set up these small events, poker tables. People come in, give them money, and then come out with what they win, come out with what they lose, or just anything. I'm not really too big on poker. I've never played it before ever. Honestly, like, I guess maybe this film could teach somebody how poker is played, or like the different strategies and different things of that nature that go into playing poker or just gambling in general. There's a lot of great editing sequences in this film, and this film is actually edited by like 3 different people. Also, there's a lot of voiceover in the movie, so if you don't like that, you're gonna be in for a little treat because there's a lot of voiceover, and I would say that most of the film has more voiceover than actual dialogue between characters in the movie. As far as performances go, Jessica Chastain does a great job of portraying Moll'y Bloom. She's kind of been playing the same kind of character ever since Zero Dark 30. You know, obviously she doesn't really get too much out of her comfort zone. Like she understands like what kind of actress she is, and she plays it to a very good strength, and she's a very strong character in all of her movies, and it shows again in this movie. And she's good. She does what she does best, and you know, she's really good at providing good Aaron Sorkin dialogue, and it's really nice. Idris Elba is really good too. However, a lot of the times when like his character is yelling, you kind of see the British accent come out of him, which is kind of almost a little bit distracting considering that I believe that he's supposed to be playing an American, if I'm not mistaken. He plays her lawyer, who's basically the one that's just trying to help her get out of this situation, not being indicted for everything that she's being charged of. Aaron Sorkin, this is his first directorial debut, obviously, like I said before, and it shows a little bit. You can understand that he hasn't directed a movie before, but the thing is that you can tell that he actually has learned from like watching his screenplays being put on screen from other directors such as David Fincher, such as all these other filmmakers that have just basically had the privilege of having one of his screenplays and being able to direct it on screen. You could tell that, you know, even through his time in The Newsroom, which was an HBO show back in, like a few years ago, you could tell that he learned a lot from being on set, from like every one of these kind of like different sets he was on, the productions that he was associated with. You can tell that he learned a lot, and he implements everything that he kind of learns into this movie. Some things don't work. There's sometimes that you feel like you're supposed to applaud, like maybe the film or the screenplay, or at least was trying to like get like a rise out of the audience. It didn't really work. Sometimes I felt like a lot of the things were a little bit forced, but for the most part it holds itself together. And even though the runtime is pretty long, you kind of don't feel it because obviously if you know Aaron Sorkin, has fast-paced dialogue like you've never seen before. The dialogue is very witty, very interesting, and it's very Sorkin. So if you like Aaron Sorkin, you're going to love this movie. Overall, I think that this movie is fine. I think this is a decent, solid film. It's nothing like amazing. I guess it knows what it wants to be, and for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Hopefully, you know, he'll get better at his directing, and then like maybe he'll deliver a masterpiece in the future, because his screenplays are amazing and he's just really good. And you know, you just are rooting for the guy because he's just good. He's a good writer. He's a really good writer. That's it for today's review. The Golden Globes are this Sunday. I'm gonna be watching that. I wasn't able to do a predictions video because, first of all, I don't think anybody's gonna watch it a day in beforehand or a day in advance. So I'm just gonna maybe leave my predictions for the Oscars. That's the only thing I'm gonna do. But anyway, I look forward to that, and I look forward to coming back at you with another movie review soon. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.